And welcome back to centralcoastradio.com. Well, now I'm going to take a look at a brand new Australian film called It Only Takes a Night that has had a short cinema release and now is heading to video on demand. This is a film from Callan Derlick, and it basically revolves around a group of friends including Ruby, Eliza Taylor, Sophie Ariel Carver-O'Neill, and Emma Sanaya Sheikh. Now, they go out on a night out to try and forget about the fact that Ruby, Eliza Taylor's character, has been unceremoniously dumped by her boyfriend of a number of years. Now, the idea is to take her out for this night and to help her forget what has happened. But unfortunately for her, they arrive at a restaurant where they're going to be treated like princesses, only to find that her ex is there. A scene ensues as Ruby confronts him. She makes a little bit of a mistake there, and soon the girls find themselves kicked out of the restaurant, and they find themselves meeting up with some guys that they at first don't really get along with, and then ending up at a nightclub with them. Now, this is a kind of interesting pretense for a film, because this film is billed as a romantic comedy, but it has comedy elements, but it also has a lot of romantic drama in there. If you think of TV shows like Secret Life of Us, it kind of goes more into that realm. And like from what I said before, there's not a lot that happens in the story of this film. It is one of those films where it's very, very light on for story, but that does not make it any less interesting. In fact, this film works throughout because you never really know where this film is going to go next. The start of the film sees Ruby being questioned by what you believe might be police. And I'm not going to ruin too much about that. You believe it might be police that is interviewing her. So you kind of have the feeling that something is going to happen on this night out, and you're waiting for it to happen. There's some very stereotypical things that happen that you expect. Like, you kind of know that Ruby's going to get another love interest, but you're not really sure what's happening with her ex. Is he telling the truth about stuff, or is he lying? So there's some very, very interesting moments that revolve around that with the film. And it's that tension throughout this film that keeps you watching. Like, there's great tension when the groups of guys and girls first meet, and it doesn't go to plan, but then you start to like characters like Sven, played by Charles Grounds. You kind of like him for the way he is. But one of the things I found that was a weakness for this film was that I wanted to see more of the other girls' stories. The film, of course, centers around Ruby a lot of the time, but the other girls have got really important stories happening as well. Meeting people, wanting to make big steps in their life, and I almost wonder whether or not this film would have worked better as a television series. Like, even if it was like a mini-series. I know the whole one night thing works really well for the film, like I said, because there's that tension there of you not knowing what's going to happen, or where everybody's going to end up, or why Ruby's being questioned. But I just got the feeling that so many of these characters were so interesting that I wanted to know more about their stories. The actors were really good in their roles, and they made the characters likable, so I wanted to see more of their stories. So, I don't know, maybe a television series would have worked a little bit better. But look, go along and check out It Only Takes a Night. It is a really good film. I am glad to see Eliza Taylor getting a role like this, because she was brilliant in Neighbours. She was amazing in The 100, so it's great to see her getting some film roles now as well. Go and check out It Only Takes a Night. It is one of those films that kind of dangerously sits between art house and popcorn film. It feels like it should be a popcorn film, but the way that the story is told makes it almost feel like it has more of an art house feel to it. So, look, go and check out It Only Takes a Night. It is a pretty decent film. You won't be disappointed, and you'll probably end up like me, wanting to know more about the story, about more than what's going to happen in the future with these characters. I'm going to give it 2.5 out of 5, but definitely go and check out It Only Takes a Night.